Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Just going to start the live stream in a few moments. Just want to speak about what we're going to be doing today. So you can see that the title has changed to live trading and back testing. So what we're going to do today is we're also going to do some sort of back testing, and I'm going to show you guys a few little techniques of how to back test and to see if your analysis is profitable. Now I don't actually have the replay bar on TradingView because I do use TradingView a lot, but I use also MetaTrader as well. So I don't have the trading bar on MetaTrader at the moment, but you can still backtest without the replay bar. You don't have to always. Obviously, the replay bar makes it more realistic for you, but you can always retest. You can always backtest just by looking back and seeing what the market has done. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the whole of February and see what kind of moves we had and how we could have placed entry points, and just analyze the markets based off what happened last month, and then hopefully that can help us for this month and set us some nice trading entries into the market. So what we're going to do first is I've been looking at Euro JPY and just seeing price, it wants to break the daily highs. Obviously, we've already seen the retracement today. We've seen the retracement. So this is so we're in the 2 hours. So if we just go on the daily really quickly, you can see that price has retraced quite a lot. Now I've also added a daily high to this, primarily because I don't want to get in at I want to get in, while there's a retracement. So most likely we will look at some sort of entry point over here as well. It makes sense for the market to, if it does, it makes sense for the market to come down, as the daily high is also retesting these highs as well. So price could easily make its way to to one of my Fibonacci extensions, which is something that I'm already anticipating anyway. So I do want price to go above the daily high, but I am first expecting some sort of retracement, hopefully to the 50 extension or the 61.8. Hopefully not as low as the 78.6, as that will then retest these lows right here, which is something that we're not really quite interested in. We're going to be looking at a bit of Euro USD and a bit of gold. Yesterday we had a Euro USD market analysis, and we also had a trade as well. We did get stopped out, but then we also I also saw an entry point at the 78.6, and then we rode it all the way to the -27, which you can see it did exactly that. So what we anticipated is what we got. We didn't quite get up to the 1.08750, but I feel like by the end of the week we will see that. So if we just remove this fib for now, even though the fib is still there, we can see that we have another entry point over here. So price has broken above these highs, right, creating a new higher high right here. And then price has also done its retracement. So this is the retracement. So what we would do is we could either do another fib like this, which is perfect on our 78.6, most likely looking for an entry. What's the time now? So we got around 15 more minutes till this hour closes. We could probably scale into the 15 minutes and actually place a trade. Look, confirmation that price is going up. Huge confirmation. Most likely I will enter this trade as we speak, guys. Huge confirmation of price going continuing up. We have basically a doji right here, and we kind of have like a morning star over here as well, which is something that we could trade. So what I'll probably do is look for an entry right here. Stop loss would definitely be below here, and then take profit, we'll have a look in the 1 hour. So I'm just going to quickly market execute this trade for you guys. So if you just bear with me while I do that. Quickly market execute that. Okay. And sorry about that, guys. And there we go. I just want to make sure we get our So stop loss and our take profit one would be here. That is really close to our 1.08750. So I'll probably just make it 1.08750, giving us a nice 1 to 4 risk reward ratio. So that's the entry point that we're going to have today. So that's going to be, just want to make sure my stop loss is correct. So my stop loss is 1.0847147. So it's 1.08471. Okay. Guys, if you want to see me do live trading where you actually see me place the trades and everything, DM me on Instagram, and I have a whole academy, and I do one-to-one sessions where you get to see that as well. So so the academy hasn't launched yet. We have a wait list at the moment for the academy. We already have a load of students that have already paid for the academy and also doing one-to-one sessions. So I'm kind of merging them both together at the moment. So if you're already into my one-to-one sessions, I automatically will be in my academy. So you won't have to pay. My academy is a one-off payment. My mentoring sessions, one-to-one mentoring sessions, is also a one-time payment. So go check out my Instagram and you'll get to see that on my Instagram. Everything's on my Instagram. If you check the links, everything would be there. If not, just DM me that you're interested and we can set up a meeting where I will get to see where you are and see what we can do to help. So make sure you go check that out on my Instagram DMs or Instagram itself. So today what I also want to see is, so Euro USD we're currently in the buy. We'll have a look at this. This most likely will occur. So we want to see, we've seen that nice retracement. Most likely this will occur on, so that's the daily, that was a daily high, which we're really close to it now. Let me just mark the daily high as well. So the daily high is actually all the way over here. So I put my daily high as on the wicks. I don't put it on the body, only because market did go up. So if we go on the 4 hours, you can see, or even the 1 hour, you see price did get up there. Even though it didn't, it kind of did. You know what I mean? So this is the daily high. So that's the daily high. It happened at 4 p.m. yesterday. So I'm expecting this was a retracement that we got. We got that now. Confirmation that price is slowed down on our 78.6 extension, giving us more confirmations. We have now a bullish candlestick going up on the 1 hour. On the 50 minutes, you can now see that the blue moving average is now above the red moving average. So there's a crossover in the moving average as well, confirming to me that price could potentially continue to go up. And so also in the 50 minutes, we have this kind of, it's like a fake morning star, but we could call it a morning star as well. Over here, we have the head, shoulders, showing that we have a reversal at this point as well. Head, if you guys don't know, this is, let me just use this. This is the head, these are the shoulders, and price basically comes down, hesitates, breaks low, comes up, retests this point, and then continues to the upside, showing very strong, very strong resistance level. Price could come back down here. If it does, most likely it will move my stop loss just below here. Actually, I might even move my stop loss just below here for the moment, just because just in case price does end up coming to this point, it still gives us a nice 1 to 3 risk reward ratio, which is still good. A trade that I don't mind risking. We're risking around 7 pips, which is not too bad. So yeah, if we go back on the hour, still really nice trade. So that's what I'm looking at the moment when it comes to this trade. So we are currently in a live trade, guys. If you are looking to enter this trade and you also see what I see, definitely go ahead on your MetaTrader, or if you use TradingView, whatever platform you use to trade in, go ahead and place the trade, because this is an entry point that I see, and it is just a continuation of this buy that we had yesterday. So we got with the buy, we already had a take profit. We didn't trade the retracement, but now we're tracing the bigger push, which will hopefully be today or tomorrow. So hopefully that will occur on the market. I'm just going to remove this Fibonacci just to make the market a little bit more clearer. Remove this as well. Price is above. This is the, if I just have a look, this is the 1.08500 as well. So this is a key level. Price is refusing to break this key level to continue to downside. So as long as this candlestick is above the key level, we are good. Price over here refused to go below the key level, price broke up. Refused to go to the key level, it gives us a nice strong indication that price could, break this level here, then continue up, break our daily highs, and then go towards our take profit. If you're not confident with your trading and you want to just scale up, you can definitely use the daily high as a take profit. Daily high is always a really good target point for a take profit as well, because if it did that previously, it will do that again. So if you go onto the 4 hours, you'll see that price, yes, it has resisted over here, but is rejecting our moving averages, potentially showing us that price could move up. We have a really nice hammer candlestick over here as well, giving us a nice nice confirmation that price could be going up. Prices really does not want to break this level right here, hence why I moved my stop loss, because price doesn't want to break this level right here. As long as price doesn't break that level, we're good, right? So we're just going to have a look at this throughout the day, throughout the live stream as well, just to make sure that we are comfortable. I don't think there is any news going on today. Actually, for some reason it shows that we do. So let's have a look at some news quickly. Let me go over here. Forex Factory. Okay, let's have a look. So this is February. Let's go to today. So we have JPY that was at 4 a.m. So we're currently here, USD. So we have at 3 p.m. we have some PMIs. Let's have a look at the forecast of what it done. So it was quite peak on December 2021. Right now, barely showed any movements throughout the months, but we could potentially see price make a move. It's been quite bullish, this USD. So USD has been quite bullish when it comes to this new news in general, but today we are going to be seeing some PMI news as well. This is at 3 p.m. So if you are trading any USD pairs, i.e. Euro USD, be sure be sure that we are going to see some sort of big push around 3 p.m. Looking at the daily though, I'm very, very confident price will be coming towards the upside. It's, we had two strong bullish candlesticks. Even though this is kind of like a inverted hammer, it is still very, very strong in the bullish end. I don't expect price to crash down. If price does crash down, then we have a good strong indication that this is a double top, and then price could potentially just crash down, creating a lower high as well, which means that we are still in the downtrend. So at the moment, I'm still very bearish, but I do want to see what price does at the 1.08750. So there are a few things that I'm seeing in that I am seeing in Euro USD at the moment, but I'm still very, very bullish at the moment, especially with this huge bullish push. This was at key level. We don't have a counter trend line at the moment. If I scale back into the 1 hour, let me have a look and see. So at the moment we have a trend line. We have a trend line going on like this. If we have a look, right, point A, point B towards the upside. We also have some sort of counter trend line, but I don't think that's like a strong counter trend line. Not that I'm kind of liking at the moment. But we do have a trend line going on towards price going up. Price bounces here, goes up, bounces here, has gone up. But at the moment, we're just waiting for the break of this counter trend line, which we hopefully would have. This is a nice 3 rejection, so I don't expect price to crash down at the moment. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys, what you think price will be doing when it comes to with Euro USD. Now we're going to have a look at gold, a market that you all been waiting for, because I know you guys have seen, we've seen a breakout at this counter trend line over here, because obviously we have this nice overall trend line that we had over here, right? Really, really nice trend line over here. We're going to remove that because it's not really that necessary, but we had the counter trend line break, which you had yesterday right after, I think a few hours, no, it was actually right after my live stream ended. So as soon as my live stream ended, we just started seeing, a pump in, pump into the, the gold. So talking about fundamentals, how you trade them, what do you look at the analyze and forecast that the data might go up and down. So at the moment, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really focus too much on fundamentals. Only when there's news, like for example today, I don't actually trade fundamental news at all, unless I have a strong indication. So with me, so let's have a look, right? As long as price, with this, right, at 3 p.m., as long as price is respecting my technicals, we're good. As soon as price doesn't respect the technicals, then I'm out of the trade. So for example, with gold, right, if gold is continuing to push higher, right, and we expected price to go to this take profit, right? So if I drew my key levels and everything, and let's say for example we expect price to drop down now, right? We expect price to drop down, let's say to 1.90, right? Let's say we expect price to go down to there, right? If fundamental news can back that, for example, news occurs and let's say price is consolidating near my news time, and then price then does that impulsive move, then that's fine on my behalf. If news occurs and then price just moves the opposite direction, I'm not trading news. So with me, I only look at fundamental analysis, fundamental news, just to be aware that okay, price is going to slow down before this, and price is going to move very, very fast when news comes out. Is it going to be my direction? Well, it best hope that it moves with my technicals. So if my technicals is bearish, for example, Euro USD, my technicals are bullish, right? My technicals is bullish, right? I'm expecting a bullish push. Obviously, the trend line we've had, bearish, but I'm expecting some sort of bullish push because of the daily, right? So if now price decides to crash down and retest this trend line, that's fine for me because it's a better entry point for me, right? So at the moment, this is what we're looking at. But if price decides to come down and break these lows, then maybe price might crash this trend line here, or even bounce above the trend line, which is just depends on what's going on with the market. At the moment, we're in this trade, right? We're in this trade, price is going down, but then if you look at the daily price, this is just a retracement, right? This is just a retracement of the daily, right? We still have 10 more hours left. For price could be being very hesitant and just range between this area, but I don't expect price to crash all the way down to 1.08250 or even 1.08 on the dot. I don't expect price to do that just yet, just because price has had a really huge bullish momentum. If it does that, then it does that. If that's what fundamental news does to me, then that's what happens, right? The reason why I look at the forecast is because if I am back testing, let's say, and I want to see, okay, January, let's have a look at February, right? February, I'm not too sure if I can zoom in. Let's have a look. All right, so let's have a look at February 2024, and today's the 5th of March, right? So Tuesday, let me see if it gives a date, but we'll look at how it worked on February 2024. So February 2024, it comes up at around 54, which is higher than January, right? So if we look at Euro USD in February, you can see that February, so I'll show you the start of February. So start of February, like, is around this point. End of February is around, so the biggest move was around 13th of February, which most likely probably would have been the news or let's have a look. Let's have a look and see when PMI news was. So if we go back to February, I think it would have been right here, yep, on 3 p.m. on the 5th, Monday the 5th of February. So if we have a look over here, Monday the 5th of February, so if we go on the daily, Monday the 5th, and this is how you have to do it when it comes to fundamentals. You have to, so let's look, 7, 8, so Monday's here, this strong bearish candlestick, right? Why was that? Because, right, so this was strong bearish, right? If I just remove this, clear up my charts for a second, and actually just scale in, can you see how, let's remove this as well, can you see how price opened over here, right? Probably even want to see, I probably definitely want to see what price did within this candlestick range. So if I just draw an area right here, right, and this candlestick range, I want to see what price did. Go on the 1 hour, go all the way back to 5th of February. Can you see? So cool. So Sunday, 5th of February comes. Monday we have price moving slow, price moving slow, price moving slow. Price ends up then crashing, right? This is all fundamentals, by the way, right? Why? Because, you know, we have a downtrend. We have price crashing down, breaker structure, retest, right? It hasn't broken my technicals, right? Then price goes down, and then around 3 p.m., so we go to 3 p.m., right? We then see price just crashing down again, right? Now for Euro USD, as you can see, this one candlestick, or all these candlesticks are very strong, right? This is the pre-market before news came out, and as soon as you see this downfall, can you see how price then, you know, USD was strong, and then after news came out, because fundamental news got targets hit for a lot of traders, right? A lot of traders probably had their targets here, but obviously did more. But this is all news, by the way. All of this is news because New York opens, you know, market premeditated what move is going to happen. It slowed down, expecting people to buy over here so it can stop you out. And then what does price end up doing? Price ends up pushing up again, going back to where it should have been, right? This is all fundamental, by the way. This is not retail traders making the move. This is all fundamental traders making their move, right? Price basically ends up staying here, right? Closing around. Price basically closed near where price was meant to stop as a technical trader, okay? Then price crashes down again the next day to retest to see if fundamental traders still want to push the market down. They're not strong because there's no news. What happens? Double bottom, price ends up going down, which then we have this really strong leg continue going upwards, right? Bearing in mind, guys, this move right here, if I just price range, right, this move from here to here is around, you know, 30 pips, right? That's a lot of pips for gold for Euro USD. If we trade Euro USD, right, you would know that your stop loss is probably around 7 to 10 pips or 20 pips max, right? You wouldn't have a 30 pip stop loss because that's such a big stop loss, right? And this is a target. This is hitting a lot of fundamental traders' targets. So that's how I would trade. That's how I would understand fundamental news, right? So looking back at today, if the market, right? So if we look back at today, look at the forecast. So obviously February the 5th was quite bullish for New York for USD. Sorry. Now let's look at January the 5th, right? Because January the 5th showed, for fundamentals, it showed quite bearish, right? So if we look at January the 5th, if I go back, so January, this is February, January 15th, January the 5th, cool. I already know which one's January the 5th, right? I already know, cool. Right around this area, right? January the 5th. So let's just highlight the whole day. So from here to here, you know, price goes all the way down here. Remember what we saw? We saw that the market, so if we go back here, we saw that the market was negative. So a lot of traders forecasted it to be, you know, 52.5. It actually was quite below that. It was actually 50.6, putting a bearish move into the market. But before it did the bearish move, look at this spike. Look at the spike faking a lot of traders out, right? This spike not only happened for the best of retail traders, because this gives us better entries at 1.08750, right? Not only does it give us nicer entries, because this is a liquidity sweep, right? It also then goes all the way back up, breaking previous highs, previous daily highs, right? Previous daily highs, if I just get this, just to show you guys, right? Breaking previous, that's a horrible line. Breaking previous daily highs, right? Then what price does, it then comes back, closes around where price should have been, right? So like around here, and it was a Friday, by the way, Friday the 5th. I think this also comes with NFP, right? I think January also had NFP. I'm not too sure. Let's have a look. Yeah, Friday also had NFP, so it's the first Friday. So that's why we had crazy moves. So this push down was probably NFP, and this push up was definitely the PMI news. So if I just show you March, February the 5th, right? Look at that, NFP, right? We had unemployment rates, employment exchange. Then we also had the PMIs, right? But I don't think we had any USD PMIs. Yes, we did. We had 3 p.m. USD 3 PMI, right? So at 1:30, right? So if we go back at 130, this is all NFP, right? And I already knew that because obviously I understand fundamental news. So I already knew that this was also something else. This is another fundamental news. So NFP brought the market down, and then by 3, right? So 2, 3, right? Look what price does. Price helps it break. Price is going up. The fundamental traders help price break these highs. Very, very strong highs. Okay? Then that shows us we're on a bullish trend right now. Because then what happens? Throughout the day, throughout the week, we then end up seeing that price is in a bullish momentum. Even though it's not breaking that many highs, it's still going up. We could still place buys, you know, potential buys here. Then we finally break out. We finally break out here. So I hope that answers your question when it comes to fundamentals and how to actually understand them. It all comes down to just back testing, right? The reason why I like back testing with Euro USD is because it works really, really well with USD, right? And Euro, right? So when it comes to news for USD, it works really, really well. It doesn't fake you out. Like, for example, gold will fake you out first and then go towards wherever it has to go, right? We had that last week as well with gold, where gold, you know, spiked down and then it ended up pumping up, which is good for us technical traders, because technically we didn't expect price to crash down, right? Because we had, you know, point A, point B, price faked us out. Most technical traders would have sold here because we had a fake out, but what does it do? It closes above. This is why you wait for news to occur. Next candlestick, right? 2 p.m. We now place a buy over here. Because it is quite volatile, it's still a risky trade. But let's say you do trade right around here, right? Stop loss below the trend line and then targeting these highs, you would have had your take profit smashed 50 pips, right? Smashed within the next 2 hours. Right, obviously, if you scale into the 15 minutes, you will, I don't know if it will take me to the 15 minutes, 1st of January, I don't know if it will take me, okay, yeah, it does, right, look at this, strong hammer, right, strong hammer, giving us a nice entry point, right, as soon as this entry point occurs, right, it retests down here. We could also buy at the retest of the trend line. If we don't want to, we can wait for this candlestick to close, moving averages cross over. Right, as soon as moving average crosses over, I'm buying, and I'm putting my stop loss just below these lows because that's the new low that is created, and then we're just riding it up. That's how you analyze fundamental markets. That's how you understand. That's how you analyze it. So as soon as, for example, you don't want to trade while news is occurring, but as soon as news has happened, so for example, NFP just occurred. Right now it's 2 p.m. Right, because look, NFP just occurred at 1:30. It's now 2 p.m. So you know all news has occurred, right? NFP was quite strong with USD, right? Because it was quite strong with USD, it brought the market down because USD got stronger, right? Makes sense. So then, once market comes down, it ends up becoming weak because the fundamental traders did not want that to happen. Yes, USD was quite strong, but it wasn't strong enough to hold structure. And it doesn't reflect its structure. So this is just, you know, take profits straight away as soon as these news happen. But as soon as news doesn't happen, so news is done, you end up placing a buy. Yes, you might be a little bit late. You're 15 minutes late from the market. But now you know that the fundamental markets, now you know that, okay, cool, fundamentally, the market is going up. Technically, the market is also going up. They both coerce with each other. That's way better now, right? It makes it an easier trade for us because now we have another confluence, which is the fundamental news, right? So going back now to our markets, right? You can see that price is crashing down, right? By 3 p.m. So most likely this will get stopped out, but by 3 p.m., right? By 3 p.m. we might have a trend line bounce, or if market decides to be bullish again, same like last month, we might see price continue to go up to the upside, right? So this is gonna hit stop loss. We'll have a look at gold real quick as well, because I wanna explain what could happen with gold as well with today's news. So if you're looking at gold and you're looking at today's news, again, because I'm looking at price USD being strong, we could expect movements of price going down. Now yesterday we had comments of price being bearish, right? And I also thought that price could be bearish, especially after a huge bullish push. A huge bullish push over here. I was expecting some sort of retracement, which we didn't get. But now we had that same leg. Now, if we have a look, guys, I just want to show you market structure because this is really, really important. So I just show you market structure from here to here. This is the leg, right? And I just clone this really quickly. And I clone it, right? Guys, look what happens, right? It does the exact same leg, obviously different time scale, but it does the exact same leg. So when it comes to taking profits, we could have placed this buy and we could have expected price to do the exact same thing again, right? Are we expecting price to do the same thing again? I'm not too sure. Most likely we could see another leg to come down, right? If we did have to clone this, right, clone this one again, and if we had to put it from up here, you can see it clones nicely to our support, our resistance level over here. So am I expecting price to go down? Yes, I am expecting price to go down. For gold, I am looking for possible sells after proper confirmation. Price is currently trading in a daily supply area, and for my sells, I'd like to see gold break the 2113.75 area. Now, 100%. So if we just have a look at the daily high again, right? So daily high is over here. If price decides to break daily highs, then cool, I'm bullish. If it doesn't, because if you have a look already, right, today, right, it's already retested here today, right? Price could potentially come down again, okay? I am bullish with gold, but if I just remove this and remove this and remove these, if we have a look at gold, right, this is the daily highs and this is the daily lows. Could we see, if I just clone this, could we see price touch our daily lows? Most likely we could touch our daily lows again, okay? It still looks very bullish on my end, but hopefully news can bring this market down. On the weekly, because we had a really strong weekly, it would be quite good for price to come down, close below here, and then continue rallying down. That would be really, really nice. This is probably setting up our weekly highs, and then obviously continuing down. I don't think this would be our weekly lows. I don't think this would be our weekly lows. I probably think that weekly lows could touch the moving average. But we would have a look. We don't really, because if you have a look, price has already moved up. This crashed last night. And then this morning it got to here. I'm not too sure why daily is saying that. Is that a wick? Wait, hold on a minute. I don't think that's a wick, guys. That's what I was thinking. When did it do this move? Okay, cool. That wasn't a wick. Okay, guys, that wasn't a wick. I was confused. As I was thinking that, I'm a bit confused why it's showing me this long wick. I don't remember seeing that. So yeah, this is the daily lows. That makes more sense. I was thinking, why is price wicked? When did price wick down here? I don't remember price doing that. So cool. Daily highs, daily lows. Price is really close to the daily highs. I expect that kind of retracement to occur. I think price could be very, very bearish. If we had to place sells, look at that tweezer top right there, inverted hammer. Right? I'm going to wait for this candlestick to close. Let's have a look at the 15 minutes, right? Double top right here. Obviously, we're not going to get faked out like last time, how we had a double top over here, right? A double top right over here. Price, did a double top and then, thought that we're going to go down, ended up becoming a double bottom. So what we're looking at is, I want to see price, if we had to sell right now, right, moving average crossover, stop loss right above here. Take profit 1 would be, daily lows. Take profit 2 would be all the way down to here. So this would be a trade that I would look at with gold. I don't know if price can touch 2088. I think 2090 would be a spot for me. 2090 or even 2085 maybe. I'm not too sure, but we'll have a look again, because I am very, very bullish. If we had to draw our Fibonacci from here to point B and see the retracement. So the first retracement is 38.2, which is the daily lows. And then the second, we could expect price to go to 78.6 or 61.8. So my take profit 1, definitely, this is like a guaranteed trade that I would take, would be definitely over here, our 38.2 extension, which we would have a look and see in the hour. That's quite promising as well. I just want to see a strong, I want to see this hour close before I even place any trades. I think Euro USD has almost stopped me out. We're still rejecting at this support level right here. If I just remove this and actually draw a support level, support level right here. I think if I go into the 4 hour, is that a nice support level? Yeah, that is a nice support level. I'm not too sure how big my support level will be if we go on the 15 minutes. We'll be able to then see our support level going here. So stop loss has to go just below here, this support level. Even though we had a liquidity grab over here, we could get the same liquidity grab over here. So that's more like what I'm seeing in my trade over here. Price could possibly bounce over here. The counter trend line is very, very strong. So, you know, price at the moment, I'm waiting for that counter trend line break. I don't expect price going down over here as well for Euro USD. So, but then again, it all depends on the news. So I'm trying to get out of this trade before 3. So this, by 3 p.m, hopefully USD can crash. So this is the kind of trade we're looking for USD. Let me just change the color because I know bullish is blue. Do that. I like the blue. I don't really like the green anymore. The green's a bit, it's giving me, it's not really giving me any, doesn't really give me like a nice, okay, we're in profits. I like the blue. Blue looks like, because if you have a look, my bullish one's also blue. I like the black baby blue. So yeah, we'll most likely have a look at this trade. This will be more likely our winning trade for gold. That will most likely be our winning trade. Is there any other pairs you guys want me to look at with regards to this? I want to definitely backtest gold as well, see what price was doing in last PMI. So we'll probably most likely backtest PMI news last month and see what happened on PMI news. So let me just change this to I'm just changing the title to title. Update that, and then let's have a look at what did PMI news do last month for gold. So last month we saw that PMI news was quite did we say it was bullish last month? Yeah, so on February the 5th it was bullish. So let's actually have a look. So just to know, PMI measures the level of diffusion index based on surveyed purchasing managers, excluding the manufacturing industry. So so obviously that the next release is April the 3rd. So it's always around the 5th or the 3rd, for example. I think it's because the 5th next week is on a Friday. So next month will be on a Friday, I think. Sorry, on a weekend. That's why it'll be the 3rd. So the next release is on the 3rd. So be aware that will be on the 3rd. Why traders care? It's a leading indicator of economic health. Businesses react quickly to market conditions, and the purchasing managers hold perhaps the most current and relevant insight into the company's view of the economy. Okay, you don't really need to know exactly what it is. It always released monthly on the 3rd business day after the month ends. So that's when it usually happens. So that's why it's actually probably most likely always the 3rd of each month. So it's good to know these things. So for example, on the 3rd business day of the month, or on the 3rd business day after the month ends, just know there is some sort of news. So put it in your calendar, right? It's always good to have that. Usually I just use Forex Factory, come to today or this week, and then I see exactly, okay, this week, Wednesday is going to be a hot day, right? Look at all these reds. So red, red, red. Sometimes I only keep up what's red, so you can actually filter and take away these ones, apply filter, and you can have a look. So Monday, March, CHF, so you know this is something I don't trade, so I don't really care. Tuesday, JPY and USD. Okay, cool. Wednesday is a hot day, right? From UK, so this is UK timing of 12:30 all the way to 3:30 p.m. There's a whole crazy news day on Wednesday. Thursday also quite big, right? We've got a press conference going on. We've got the Fed chair going on as well for USD at 3 p.m. This is for Euro, right? Unemployment claims for USD on 1:30 on a Thursday, right? Remember, every Thursday we do have unemployment claims, so you will see that released weekly, usually on the first Thursday after the week ends, right? Always on a Thursday we have some sort of news around 1:30. So if you're trading gold on a Thursday, do expect price to go up, right? Then Friday, we got CAD and USD again. So USD, we also have NFP this Friday, guys. Okay, so NFP this Friday. So we remember last month NFP was, oops, that's not NFP. NFP was quite bullish for USD. We had 3 months of bullish. So hopefully we can have a consecutive month of bullish as well. Some sort of bullish push consecutively, right? Have a look at the graph. You can see that we haven't had crazy moves since. This is, if I just have a look, this is back in COVID days, May the 2020, right? COVID, and these are all just normal, which is respected. I don't really care too much about what NFP is showing me. I just care about what news is going on, so I am aware of what's going on. You can even check for this month if you really want to know what's going on in March, and then mark these days as, okay, these are my trading days, right? So New Zealand they have bank holiday, right? So bank holiday for GBP as well, on Friday, March the 29th, right? We have, obviously, Sunday doesn't really count for us. So, Friday, and last month, Friday, the last day of the month, almost last day of the month for Friday. The last working day of the month, we have bank holiday. Thursday, all these dates, put it in your calendar that you have, we have news on these days. See, if you don't trade certain markets, for example, I don't trade CAD, CHF, CNY, NZD, I do trade AUD. And I apply this, it then gives me the forecast of the whole month. So then I know that, okay, cool, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, cool. Monday, there's nothing. Tuesdays, there's something. Wednesday, Thursdays, news. Friday, news. Tuesdays, Mondays, nothing. Wednesday, Thursday. So we know that Mondays we're not trading, right? Mondays we're not going to trade as much because there won't be a strong movement. Friday, there's barely anything for us, only GBP, right? Looking at just USD just by itself, because most of our pairs are USD. If we remove all of this, and you can play around with this, guys. Play around with understanding how this works. You can then see that, okay, these are the days, right? Monday and Tuesday, 18th and 19th of March, USD is not going to do any crazy moves, so it's purely technicals. Wednesdays, Thursday, we have, fundamental news again. You get to understand then, okay, cool, the market. Then you can actually see next month, which is even better, right? Because you've got April. You can see how USD is moving in April, right? And you can then take logs and then see how the market moves on these days, and then you can then see whether to buy or sell for that day. So it's really, it is. A lot of traders don't use fundamental. Me personally, I like to have it as a background because it's also a confluence for me. It just depends. So we're going to be looking at what market did on 5th of February. Okay, so if we go back onto the daily, let's have a look at the 5th of February. Right, so this is November, January, February. 5th of February is this candlestick right here. If I just scale in, so 5th of February is this area, right? So this 8th, this is 6th. So 5th of February is this big move right here on gold, right? So I'm just going to scale in now. Go all the way back, right here. Okay, cool. See, remember we said that USD was quite weak. So 5th of February comes. So 5th of February was Friday. So 5th of February comes. Weakness, right? Weakness. And then, boom, market news comes up. What happens? Price ends up. So this is the whole of 5th of February. Let's just go all the way to price ends up pushing up, right? So 5th of February ends right here, basically. Boom, here. So price then ends up doing these crazy moves where price, it looks like it's bearish, right? It looks like it's bearish. What does price end up doing? It ends up closing above, closing above these highs, price moving up, right? So for gold, USD was weak, right? So gold moved up. I don't think, actually, if I just have a look, today was PMI weak. So it was actually quite strong. So we actually got the opposite reaction with gold, right? So that gives me an indication that, okay, cool. We had an opposite reaction in gold, right? So if I just highlight what happened on news, so this is what happened on news, right? It's just strictly this area. So 3 o'clock occurs. We had a strong bearish candlestick, and then price ended up starting going up again. So this could, if we scale back into the 15 minutes and actually understand, sorry guys, to understand what's going on, I don't know if my market will go there. This is 8th of February. There we go. So you can see, look, news comes out, gold pushes all the way up, pushes all the way down. For technically, that's a double bottom for us, right? Technical analysis, we would buy. So we bought at this moving average crossover right here. Right, we can ride it all the way back to these highs over here, which then occurs by the end of the day. So it's so interesting. I find understanding fundamental news interesting because when you back test it, you can actually see what news did. So for example, here, news bought gold up. USD actually showed weakness on gold, right? So that means for us, it showed weakness. So this is so 3 o'clock actually. So I lied. Sorry, gold showed strength. USD showed strength. But fundamental traders couldn't catch the strength, right? Even though it moved, like this is still a crazy move, guys. If I just show you price range from here all the way down to, let's say, like this whole move, that's around 80 pips. That's still a strong move, right? That's still a strong move. 80 pips is still strong. But obviously, technical traders, or whatever traders you want to say, right, that, push these back up, right? Now that's 120 pips, which is, it looks much better, right? That's a better move. So the news actually was actually against, right? So when news, so this is something you wanna write down actually. So when news is with technical analysis. So when news is with technical analysis, trade it, right? Let me just move this to here. Trade it, right? When news is opposite, wait for clear, we'll say wait for a clear candlestick, then trade, right? So let me just text wrap that so you guys can see it clearly. Boom, right there. So if news is with technical analysis, trade it, right? So for example, on Euro USD, it was with, so you can trade it. For gold, it wasn't, right? It ended up starting moving up. Wait for clear indication, moving average crossover, buy. Then wait for the confirmations. Once you've seen confirmations, then we buy, right? Because that would be weird. You'd be like, hold on a minute. USD is strong. So in this news, right? In this news, right, we had USD equals strong was right? But on gold equals strong too, right? So what are we going to believe here, right? It's not with us. So fundamentally, I would, wait for clear indications, then buy. Price could easily move down though. Price can easily move down against me. But that's if you're aggressive like that, then yes. If both pairs are strong, you have to then just ignore the fundamental news or ignore the technical. You have to pick and choose. But whatever you pick, make sure that's what you're going for and be confident with it, right? So if we then see that, let's say for example, USD was weak and gold was weak, right? USD and gold was weak. What would happen, right? Price would end up going down and up, right? It'll be ranging. But what happens? We would then wait for one of these pairs to show us indication of who's stronger, right? USD showed strength, a hammer right here, right? Double bottom. So what do we have? Right, number one, first confluence, hammer. Second, let me just, there we go. Second is double, bottom. Right, third, MA crossover. Right? MA crossover. Those are three confluences, right? Showing that, USD is strong. What do? We end up buying. Okay? So imagine knowing this at this time frame, you can then obviously place a buy. Buy over here. Stop loss will be below the previous lows. Take profit at the previous highs, right? Well, let's say we put it here. Or if we want to, we can put it at our, let's say for example, our key level, which in this case, if we're over here, key level would be 2030. So that's 2030, right? So 2030. Let me just put, let me put this at 2030. So this is the next key level, 2030. Boom, right here. Take profit over here. Boom, giving us a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. Boom, right here. We end up taking profit, right? Basically taking profit right here. The area. Obviously, if you just draw a little area around here. Let's say we take profit around here. When price starts building structure, so price starts building structure over here. So our stop loss was over here first, right? As soon as price starts building structure, we then put, stop loss below these lows. Once it builds that, lower high, goes up, comes back down, doesn't break, this doesn't break this low right here. Price continues to go up, doesn't hit our stop loss, price continue going up, right? So stop loss right here. We're now in profit, and then it ends up hitting take profit, right? And that's our trade. That's how we would play out when it comes to news. So if we use that same knowledge with what we got now, so if I just remove this, right, if we use the same knowledge to what we've got now, right, obviously price moves very different. We'll also have a look at the 5th of January as well. So let's have a look at the 5th of January. 5th of January, 5th of January is right here, is this candlestick right here, so it's going downwards. This candlestick right here, boom. Let me just go on the 2-hour time frame this time. 5th of January, where is it? Whoa, did I do 5th of January 2024, guys? 2023, by accident. Yeah, I did, didn't I? Yep, I did. Silly me. Let's go 5th of January 2024. Right around over here. This is the 3rd, this is the 4th, this is the 5th. Look at the 5th, right? This is a full doji, right? Full doji. So we come back here. Let's have a look at what happened throughout the day though. So this is the daily time frame. It's a doji, right? Let's have a look at the 2 hours and see what price did. Okay, cool. 1 hour. See what price did on the 1st of January. Okay, cool. So you can see that this is the 3rd, 5th is around over here. Boom, 5th over here, right? Price opens up, right? Comes down, 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 down. Huge rejection down here. This again, remember what happened in January is NFP as well. So this is full NFP. Full NFP comes back up. PMI releases, right? PMI releases in this candlestick, pushing the market to go up, breaking these levels. This is a replica of Euro USD. Obviously, moves a little bit different. You have a look at Euro USD. Remember what we stated, that price has a level, right? Price has a level. Fundamental news helped it break out, right? Ended up breaking out. This is a trade. So we had this huge. So NFP comes, right? We're quite bearish. This is a move that we kind of did not anticipate, right? We didn't anticipate this move due to, just due to because, we have this trend line right here. We have this counter trend line right here. We're most likely was expecting price to break above here, right? This is what we were expecting, right? We didn't, what happened? Price ends up coming down quite low actually, retesting, 2025, which that is also a key level for us, right? 2025, right? 2025 is retested that area right there, right? Remember guys, technical analysis is what we want, right? This is purely just market structure. This isn't anything crazy. This is just market structure. Price comes down, retest here, right? We can also place as many buys as possible over here, continue price to go up. Where does price end up going, right? Price ends up going towards 2065, right? Or even if our key level, which is price was almost the previous highs, right? Price almost touched, or basically touched previous highs. Do you guys see that? Right here, touch previous highs. So not only did it touch previous lows, it touched previous highs, right? We touched a key level, sorry, right? I don't know when price was at this key level prior. You can see it was a good level of support, a good level of resistance, and resistance over here is all support around over here. To be honest, we don't really care about that far. We care about over here. Still without news, I don't need to know that news happened on this day. I just know that market structure did not, the way the market works, the structure of it still works in our favor, right? Because price then closes above this trend line, giving us a nice trend line bounce, waiting for that retest again, place a buy over here. Where we placing a buy, either above the highs, so first high, second high, right? If we just place a buy right here. So let's say we place a buy right here, stop loss right over here. Take profit would be, first low, right? So first, second, because we already know that, or our next key level, which is right over here, right? Giving us a nice 1-to-7 risk to reward ratio, which is a crazy trade, guys. This is what fundamental news happens. This is what happened in PMI on January the 5th, right? That's plus NFP. So NFP brought it down here, PMI brought it up, right? PMI brought it up because USD was weak in January, right? We saw that, right? January was weak. It's red, right? You don't need to care about these numbers. 52.7, 51.8, 53.6. This is the previous. This is what it's forecasting, right? If it goes above which it forecasted, 53.4 it was February, then that's what we're expecting. So this forecast is expecting 53. So if it comes to 3 p.m. and it's, let's say, 54, right, what will happen is price will then end up going towards the upside. If it ends up being 53, we're not really going to see any crazy moves. If price ends up going to 52 or even 52.9, right, we're going to see some sort of drop, right? The bigger the difference between the forecast, the bigger the move is going to be, right? So understanding that will help you, will basically help you with understanding the market. So looking again, this is just how market moved in January the 5th. So that's basically how you trade. And obviously we just back tested PMI news as well to see exactly what gold to see roughly what gold would be doing. If I just remove all this now, right? So obviously now we're actually in a greater move. I'm not too sure if that's a level that we care about. Figure back. Cool. Obviously we're seeing a greater move. So here again, we're going to wait for 3 p.m. Hopefully 3 p.m. shows us, some sort of negativity, because that's what we're expecting, 53, which is kind of quite high for it. We only hit 53 last month. We've never hit, last time we hit 53.6 was, back in October. So for us to hit 53 again might not happen. So quite bearish just due to technicals. But again, price could just continue to go up. If that's the case, then we would just react to it appropriately and then, trade with what's going on with technically, right? So at the moment, technical analysis is showing me, price enter right here. It's literally telling me enter right here. Moving average crossover on the 50-minute, right? Waiting for that 1 hour moving average crossover as well. I don't think this is a reversal. I don't think this is going to make price, crash all the way back to like 2000. I think that's very, very unrealistic. I feel like first we got to see some sort of structure retest, right? Some structural retest, which I'm expecting. You know, if we have a look, right, this is our trend line at the moment. This is our trend line at the moment, which, you know, we've got this trend line going on. If we look at the 5 minutes, we also have like a counter trend line going on as well, right? It's not the best counter trend line, but it is some sort of trend line going on the 1 minute. You can see clearly, you know, counter trend line. Most likely, when we have a counter trend line, if you guys are part of my academy, you guys will know how we trade counter trend lines and how we trade trend lines. So that's something that I would leave for my academy students. But, you know, clear as day, we could see, if we just remove this, we could see some sort of bullish crash first before price, you know, comes all the way back down. So still kind of bullish at the moment when it comes to gold, just due to this trend line over here. Still bullish, but we're going to wait for some sort of retracement to hopefully a bounce. So what I'm expecting is price, you know, bouncing down and then continuing to go up. So something like that. That'll be really, really nice. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, this is on the 15 minute. On the 1 hour, it's not really a strong trend line. It doesn't look as great. But on the 50 minutes, that does look like a really nice potential move that we can see. So definitely looking at that as price. We've got around 20 minutes left with regards to the market at New York basically doing its thing. So is there any questions that you guys want to ask me when it comes to you know, technical analysis or fundamental analysis? Is there any questions or anything that you would like me to help you with regards to that? Definitely let me know in the comments down below, and I will I'll have a look for you, and we'll see exactly what would happen. But at the moment, you know, PMI news, I'm looking quite bearish, but then also bouncing and then breaking previous highs. That would be quite nice as well. I don't think price would touch daily lows. If it does, it does. Then we have a break of trend line, which will be really, really great. So just literally waiting for PMI news, which is crazy because this trend line, if we do see a trend line touch at 3, it would be around here. So we could see some sort of drawdown right here when it comes to that. If we look at Euro USD, price is rejected quite nicely. Looks like it's coming down again, but we're still in this Euro USD trade, which is kind of a horrible trade now that I look at it, just because we actually haven't seen that counter trend line break yet, which is kind of annoying. I always enter when it comes to live streams. I always enter way too early. Like I always enter way too early, which is something that I need to know not to do. But if you guys are new to this live stream, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you give this live stream a like, and also share it to your friends that are also trading the same currency pairs as me. And if you're interested in my analysis, you know, me mentoring you and me guiding you to get to your goals, if it's, you know, getting funded, or just building up your own capital to end up getting funded, or if it's just general, just, you know, growing your own capital, definitely DM me, and we'll basically get to you, and we'll see, you know, what we can do to help. We're basically just patiently waiting now for gold to make its move. DXY, we could have a look at DXY. I feel like it's doing too much. We could look at DXY. You know, DXY is very much, you know, still very, very bearish on DXY, but we could see like a trend line bounce, giving USD that strength. So PMI news could be quite strong, you know, just looking at it. 4 hours as well. PMI news could be quite strong, but then also not too sure. You know, we've got this kind of counter trend line going on as well, right around over here. If you have a look, so we could just have a break of this counter trend line as well, which you know, that's what we've got going. Overall though, we are in a downtrend, so just waiting, guys, just literally waiting for price to do that. Whew. It is a tiring Tuesday. That's what we're going to name Tuesday today. Tiring Tuesday is the 5th of March. We are basically just trying to, you know, grow our accounts, get funded. I know a lot of you traders are trying to get funded. this is the live stream to stay in if you're trying to get funded, because we are helping you grow your account and also teaching you technical analysis, fundamental analysis. In case you've missed out on my full technical analysis masterclass I've just done for you guys for free on YouTube, just rewind the live stream and you get to see everything that I've taught the viewers. If you missed out, you can definitely check out again the live stream. But I've literally just basically broken down everything to do with fundamental analysis so that you can relate that back to your technical analysis. I've tried to do it as simple as possible, but also as detailed as possible and transparent for you guys. With regards to gold, we are looking at gold, being bullish overall because we had a really, really strong bullish candlestick, but also scaling into the 1 minute or the 1 hour 15 minutes. We are quite bearish, looking for that trend line bounce. So hopefully PMI news gets that trend line bounce for us, and then hopefully we can then place buys and then continue to go to the upside, which will be very, very great for us. It'd be really, really nice for us to trade that. But is there any questions you guys want to ask me? Feel free to answer. If you're new to the live stream, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video. If you like watching me trade, if you like watching me analyze the markets, if you want to see what's going on in the markets, this is a full trading breakdown, so make sure you go check that out. And yeah, we'll have a look and see. We'll just see what plays out with gold. So we're just basically waiting for gold to make its move. Again, over here you can see that even though we had that trend line, we also have like a downtrend going on. We had that break, trend line break, retest, and then price moving up. So that is giving us a strong indication that this is a solid uptrend now. We are moving to the upside. So potentially price could even go to 2130, 2140, even potentially 2150 by the next upcoming months. But I don't know if price would go that high. But right now price is I don't know, is price on its all-time high? Let's look at yeah, price is at its all-time high right now. Price is at its all-time high, which is crazy. That is super, super crazy. We've just broken out of this. This has happened. So this is, let me tell you guys a little backstory, right? I started trading from here. This is exactly where I started trading from. So this downwards push, right? I traded this. This is what got me into trading, right? Then obviously 2021, we were quite bullish, and obviously 2022, we were very bearish, right? So the whole of 2022, I was bearish. 2023 comes now, I'm bullish, right? Very, very bullish when it comes to that. So with 2024, again, we're quite bullish, right? We're quite bullish in 2024 as well. So we're not at all-time high. The all-time high is 2150, which that is a key level, which I'm just going to mark. 2150. 2150. That, if it breaks all-time high, you're going to catch you making, because gold is something I've been with for the past, 4 years. 4 years of trading, guys. And, we're almost at its all-time high again. Right, that's the all-time high. I'm just gonna put it as this is the all-time high. Let me put it in caps. That's what it deserves. All-time high. That is what it deserves. That is crazy, guys. If we could see all-time high, that will be amazing. Will you be able to explain correlation on pairs? I can definitely show you correlation of pairs. So for example, XAU USD and DXY. I don't really like talking about relating pairs with each other, just because I like technical analysis won't let you. Sometimes it doesn't relate. Sometimes, for example, gold will be going up, DXY will be going up, but the DXY is also a really nice currency pair. Not currency pair, an index, right? To look at when you're looking at gold. Because if you look at DXY, right, you can see we're on an uptrend, right? Showing that price is, bullish for USD, right? Because it's US dollar index. So preferably when DXY is up, equals up, we want, let let me just stop the text wrap. When DXY is up, XAUSD equals, so gold, to be honest, gold equals down, right? Because XOU, so if you have a look, XOU slash USD, this is gold against United States dollars, right? DXY is basically a US dollar index, right? USD index. So this is basically like all the whole currency, the US dollar currency as a whole. So if the US dollar currency is going up, right? So if USD is going up, we would expect, if I just get red, we would expect, green, right? We would then expect gold to be going down, which would be red, right? Does that make sense? Oops, no, that's not what I meant to do. Right? Does that kind of make sense? So, if, for example, euro, right? If let's say, or GBP AUD, right? Or let's say GBP USD. So GBP, right? We would look at so for GBP, I think we could look at S&P 500. That's basically S&P 500. I'm not too sure why it's not showing me the S&P 500. Let me have a look at UK. So the UK index as well. We can look at the FTSE. So the FTSE, sorry, is not US, it's the FTSE, right? So for GBP, right, is the FTSE, right? So if we were looking at GBP USD, we would also look at DXY against the FTSE 100, right? So for us, we can see that, the FTSE 100 is on an uptrend, right? Therefore, GBP should most likely GBP should be going up, right? GBP should, if we see price could go up like that, right? That's what we're expecting. So that means GBP should be going up, right? And then what does that show on GBPAD? Right, it's going up. We just had a trend line break, right? So if we scale in to the 1 hour, we can then clearly see, clear as day, right? Oops. If I go back in time, so clear as day, you can see trend line bounce, retest, clear as day, full bullish momentum because GBP's been up, right? So we'll look at the FTSE 100, or let me actually look at what I was using before, UK index, this one. You can then see that price. This is the counter trend line, right? This is the counter trend line, which it will most likely be more better like this. So counter trend line. This is the counter trend line, right? So once we see price break out of here, we know that we're gonna see some sort of big push in GBPAD. We're gonna see another big push already. Right? You already know that since February 13th, this whole big push. So on the 13th of February at 3 p.m. we end up seeing a big push. Go GBP. 13th of February. Look at this. On the west, 13th of February. 13th of February. Okay, so 13th of February. It's all the way up here, right? So in this case, it moved against, right? So 13th of February, price ended up dropping. Even though the FTSE 100 was up, so GBP was up, clearly there was something to do with Australian dollar. Australian dollar was stronger. But then eventually, price ends up reversing, right on the 20th of February, price ends up reversing and then continued to go to the upside. So that's sometimes a bit delayed. But me personally, like for example, with this example just here, you can see it's done the opposite, right? So GBP was up, but over here GBP is down, right? So then that shows to me that, we don't look at FTSE 100 in this moment of time, because market structure is way more stronger. Double top right here is way more stronger. But you can see that 13th of Feb at around 3 p.m. you can see that price has still moved up though. Even though it's not a huge bullish push, it's still bullish enough for us to reflect on FTSE 100. It just depends on like the way you trade. If you like relating to other pairs to see, for example, with this one, I could relate it to, I think you can do it on here, right? You can relate it to, so this one, I can relate it to UK, so the FTSE 100, right? I can relate it to here. So right now, GBP is kind of weak, but then price is going up. So it's kind of like a mirror right now, right? Right now is a big mirror. So over here, I know this looks so glitchy. Let me go on the 4 hours so you guys can actually see. So if you have a look, it's kind of like a mirror. So whatever the FTSE 100 does, the GPAUD basically reflects that, right? Can you see that? It basically reflects it. So if you draw a massive line, so let's have a look over here, right? So at the moment, it's reflecting. So I don't know, you can see that we're on a downtrend for FTSE, we're on an uptrend for GPAUD. So it's kind of reflecting at the moment. So for this pair, you'll look at it as a reflection. Me personally, I'm gonna be honest, guys, is not that important. I think that overcomplicates your trades. I don't think that's worth it. The reason why I look at DXY is just to give me like a better understanding of the market. It doesn't really, I don't look at DXY constantly and be like, okay, cool, DXY is going up, so USD is going up. But if you ever want to look, you can literally just search up, let's say like Australian dollars, so AUD, right? You can just try and figure out their future. So this is the futures. So you can actually have a look. You can just search it up like different pairs, see which correlates. So you've got AD USD, AD JPY, AD CAD, AD CHF, AD NZD, right? So let me see if there's anything else. I think that's the only pairs, right? So there isn't any other pairs for that, right? You got AD SGD as well, but you can always just have a look. HKD, right? So the Hong Kong dollars, AD against, I think, Bitcoin. I didn't know they did that. AD against United States dollars, AD against euro. This is futures again. You know, you can have a look. There's so many, even for like US. If you just search up US, you can just play around with it and to see which one correlates. So with US, you would want to put USD. So US dollars futures. You know, you got all these different pairs that work with USD, and you can see which one correlates better with your pair. I don't really do that. I feel like that definitely does. It does affect your psychology, because now you're looking at more charts, you're looking at more things. So it's kind of like it makes it way more messier. If I'm looking at gold, I'm not going to look at any other pairs, right? You know, scale into gold, I wouldn't look at any other pairs. So we just had a counter trend line break, by the way, guys. So we're expecting price to retouch this right here. So we're going to have a moving average crossover. So this is what I would do right now. So we'll be quite bullish around over here. Stop loss kind of around here, just below here, and take profit maybe at these highs around here. This is the kind of a trade that we're going for. So this will most likely happen within the next few moments, but that could be also a fake breakout as well. But just gonna wait to see this moving average crossover. But yeah, most likely this is gonna hit TP. So we're gonna see another bounce at 21.27. Definitely see that. Do you guys see that? That we just had a trend line break. You know, we enter. It's most likely going to see price go up. Most likely. So that is it. It's almost hitting 1 p.m. New York session's about to start, so I want to get my trades up and running. This is basically just a setup of the week, setup of the day, sorry. I hope you guys found this very, very educational. I like to throw a little few gems in the live stream, because I know you guys are a whole separate community. I know you guys are here, see me in real life. So, you know, this is not scripted or anything like that. There's no edits or anything. This is just raw, explaining to you guys exactly what the market's doing, which I hope you guys actually like that kind of explanation. I don't know if it's kind of boring. If you guys find that kind of boring, let me know as well. But if you find that very, very educational, you found that very, very like helpful, definitely comment down below and just let me know that you found that helpful, so that I can then continue doing these educational tips in these live streams, so that you lot can then, you know, write notes and then potentially trade as well. So this is what we're looking at with gold at the moment. It looks like it's resisting quite a lot in this area, so that this could be a fake breakout. This could be a fake breakout as well. Most likely, if we just draw a fib, we are in the 1 minute as well. So the fib just broke, so that fib won't work. So yeah, most likely price could potentially, I'm expecting price to go up here again. So most likely going to expect price to come back up to this level, you know, 21.27, that kind of area. So hopefully, or even potentially 21, 27 on the dot. Actually, that's most likely what we're going to see, because price is pushing up right now, as you can see. Prices are pushing up crazy. Look at that. We might even, let's see if we can hit some profits in this trade right here. Just looking at Euro USD, price is, ranging right now. It's not hit my stop loss just yet, but it's kind of ranging right now at the support, meaning that price could, reject right here. So we're in that trade as well. But gold, wow, gold is moving crazy right now. We entered around over here. Gold is moving crazy. Are we going to hit some take profits? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So we've basically hit TP1, which is kind of good. If I just make this trend line much more clearer for us, basically hit TP1. So if you're here if you're already taking profits, TP1 is over here. Boom. TP2 will be over here. Boom. So targeting all the way up here. So let's have a look and see. So if you've take partials, this is going to be a nice little support area as well. Price will most likely support around here. Once price has shown me, so this is my stop loss right now is over here, right? Stop loss right now is over here, but eventually I will move it to break even once we've seen structure. So I'll move it to break even once we've seen structure, as my stop loss is right here at the moment. So boom, right near the end of the live stream as well. That is crazy, guys. That is crazy. I think we're up like around, we're up around 13 pips, which is pretty good. Let's see, this is a 28 pip trade right now. See if that can hit TP. I think we'll wait till TP gets hit, and then we will end this live stream, so you guys can see live a trade that we expected price to do. So we've been waiting for this for quite a while actually. So let's see what price does. We see that it's quite strong bullish. There isn't any significant level right here, so we can continue seeing that bullish movement. If you didn't enter over here, you could have entered over here. But yeah, looking at price, continue to go. If price ends up closing bearish, most likely we'll just close the trade, just because it's then becoming a evening star, which is something that we don't want. So if price does, hopefully this is like a retest over here. But like I was saying prior though, that we could have, if price decided to come down, we would have hit 30 or 50 extension, which it didn't do. It just broke out. We haven't actually seen a retest yet. Price just broke out, so that's why we wanted to enter, because it broke out, retested our trend line. We've already seen the crossover of our moving averages over here. So okay, that's still pretty nice. That's still a nice bullish candlestick. Gonna wait for the next one. In case you guys don't know, I have my trades on my phone right next to me, by the way. So I am still trying to figure out how to I want my live streams to be a bit more, so it's got like maybe like on this side over here, it's got like, I don't know, my account balance or something, or live trades that you can see. I'm still trying to see how we do that, because I trade from my phone. I don't actually trade from my computer, so that's something that I am still trying to figure out if my streaming platform lets me do that. So we're still trying to do that, or I just trade on the computer, but then I also want to try to do like a split screen. So we'll see if that would happen. But yeah, right now we're almost at TP. Wow, look at that push, guys. Look at the push. This was literally in 4 minutes. Definitely, this is like a level of support. Most likely move my stop loss to break even, guys. Move my stop loss to break even. Just do that for you now. There we go. So yeah, break even. We're now in a break even trade, so we don't really care what price does now. We're bouncing off moving averages really well. Most likely once it gets to like this area, once it touches in this area, most likely we'll come out of the trade. So we're just going to wait for that to occur. So we're now in a break-even trade right here, just so that you visually can see the trade. I could move my stop loss. I feel like price is creating like a low. This is like a low, but I'm not too sure. 5 minutes is very, very strong. Sorry, we haven't actually moved this, by the way, guys. If I just rewind back in time, there we go. We're still quite we're still at break even. So right now we're just in a break even trade. I didn't take any partials for this trade just yet. I'm still in this trade. You know what I want my stream to also say, you know when it says order filled, I want that to be, I might even start putting that sound effect on my thing. So it says order filled. Yeah, look at that movement, guys. 15 minutes. Hopefully we can get like a 15-minute touch inside this area. So technically, like the support, boom, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Let's go in a 1 minute, boom, there we go. And we are basically going to be closing. I'm going to close that trade in like a few more minutes. See like 30 seconds what price does. We're in the box, so that's it now. That was my TP, to be honest, like 27 on the dot. Price is on 27 on the dot right now. So most likely we'll come out of that trade, guys. That's a good end to the live stream as well, guys. It was good end to the live stream. Just closed my trades. It hit 27 on the dot. So I'm out of that trade. I actually have my take profit at take 27 on the dot. So that's me out of the trade now. So that was a good trade, guys. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.